Karma. Guruji has said aptly in Guru Bhagavat,
Karma khela ati gahana bujhiba bahuta kathina keun karmara keun phala bujhina paranti sakala.
Meaning, karma game is very strange. One has to pay for what karma, at what time, and in which way. It is very difficult to decipher. Karma normally means work, action, or anything being done physically or mentally. But in spiritual concept, karma refers to any action with its cause and effect where intention plays an important part. Any karma is the result of some desire, and one desire leads to another, so one karma leads to another. As already said, it is very difficult to decipher what result is due to which karma and when was it done. Since karma is a continuous process, it leads to both good and bad results. But the irony is that at times, while performing good actions, a person may also commit some bad ones unknowingly and gets entangled into more karmas. Types of karma. Prarabdha karma is what we experience through this present body. Sanchit karma is what is stored, which means the sum of past karma. Kriyaman karma or Vartaman karma, which is being done in the present. Agami karma is the result of present actions and decisions. Akarma is a state of inactivity. Vikarma is that which is done with bad intentions, involves prohibited works, violence, etc. Sukarma is that which is good and is for the benefit of all. Divya karma helps in evolving oneself and others, as it is said, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, meaning all be blessed and happy. Besides these, karma can be divided into Sthoola Karma, which involves physical activity and becomes evident in all aspects. Verbal activities also create karmas. In olden times, a child was asked to think first, be aware, and then speak. It was said, Goddess Saraswati sits on our tongue, and whatever we speak, it reverberates and creates effects around us. This, at times, reflects the coincidences we have in life about what we say something and it happens. Instances have been there when in ancient times, sages said something and it fructified, whether it was good or bad. Sukshma karma are not known overtly and have much more lasting effects than physical activities. It is said thoughts are more powerful than physical actions. Thoughts deliver ripples in the vibrations around us and have impact on our actions as well as on others. As Guruji has said,
Sthoola dehare jiva janme prarabdha katiba karane prarabdha saribar se paramatma re atma mise.
Meaning, in order to nullify one's prarabdha, a human life is necessary. But since a man has intellect and emotions, so while clearing his initial sins, most of the time he creates new sins. Good and simple people perform many punya, that is, positive activities. But they also get entangled in these, which again have outcomes, though good only. As long as even a small amount of karma is left, whether pap or punya, a person has to take birth again and again and is never mukt or free. Thus, there are following ways to get oneself free from karmas of any kind. Doing any karma without any intention or desire to achieve something. Guru empowers us with pure gyan, so we are able to differentiate between different karmas. As has also been said, karmanya vadikaraste mafaleshu kadachana. Before doing any activity, offering that activity to God or Guru also does not result in accumulation of pap or punya of any sort. When we owe everything to our Guru, Guru empowers us with pure gyan, so we are able to differentiate between different karmas. As said,
Guru dianti suddha jnana batanti dharmara niyama keyu karma karile bhakta heba ke prarabdharu mukta.
all these actions in life result in some types of reactions. One should bear the results of these actions without reacting or getting involved physically or mentally, keeping a still and just observant state. In Hinduism, the concept of karma evolved over centuries when the questions arose how and why the man is born and what happens after death. The earliest Upanishads were able to delve deeply into it. According to one theory, karma is the result of karman particles, which are very minute non-living particles scattered around us and all over the universe. When we act with any emotion, be it good or bad, these particles get charged up and are attracted towards our soul and form our karmas. Theoretically speaking, we are tied up by following 8 bondages due to our own ego, arising due to intelligence, because of our way of perceiving things, attachment to work, yash or the name attached to the work, status defining that work, feeling defining that work, age factor, something obstructing that act. These have profound impact on the karma of any person and in turn bear resultant effects too. Therefore, while doing any karma, one can pray to the Guru, as said in Guru Bhagavat.
Karma mora nuhe nijara sabu karama je tumara bhala kare mo bhul kare tuma naam dhari sangsare.
Meaning, Hey Guru, Whatever I am doing in this world, nothing is mine. My all karmas belong to you only. You are the only karta. Whatever I do, good or bad, I just take your name and do it. It is the Guru only who can redeem a person from all sorts of karmas. In our daily life, one commits many sins unknowingly. For example, while cooking food, washing clothes, etc., one kills many microorganisms. But if one regrets about another one's deeds and donates and performs charity work, to some extent the intensity of these karmas can be reduced. Suicide. At times, a person tired of his life commits suicide. By doing this, he creates obstacles in his karmic evolution. He does not bear his prarabdha, as a result of which he has to take birth many times. He is actually a fool who thinks that by ending his life, he can get rid of his prarabdha. Karma in children. Small children have a pure mental state, so they do not have any prarabdha. It is only when the child becomes aware of his surroundings and develops intellect, then he commits pap. Child's karma affects his parents, and as a result, they also have to suffer. Some children die when they are very young. In this case, since their karma phal is less, their life ends. Collective karma phal people perform karma together. They perform good and bad deeds also together. These collective karma also result in their collective karma phal. For example, people die in military expeditions. People also lose their lives in natural calamities or even accidents together. It is due to prarabdha sin that the people are brought together and do pap and punya together and also bear the consequences together. It is not necessary that they must have committed the same pap punya together, but it was due to similar karmas that circumstances were created and they suffered together. As Guruji says,
prarabdha runa rasakase ekara sathe anya mise anyatha jivatma sabhiye atmaro bandhana no thaye.
Meaning, due to prarabdha sin, one jiva is connected to another. Otherwise, all souls are not connected to each other. Effect of karma phal on a male and female. A jiva takes birth as a male or female also due to his or her karma phal. A female can take birth as a male or vice versa. No gender is superior or inferior, but solely is decided on the basis of how much a soul has to evolve. At times, many saints detach themselves from the desire to be a male and take birth as a divya female so that they can give birth to Divyatma. Atma is never male or female. It is the Jeev only who is male or female. Once the Jeev crosses the experience of Dvait, he gets stationed in the self. Paramatma is like a huge ocean, and Jivatma is just like a drop in it. It is only the human beings who have the capability to differentiate between right and wrong. Other living beings are unable to do this. As long as this cycle of Pap Punya goes on, the cycles of birth continue. Once his bundle of karma gets neutralized, he attains a nirgun state. Karma phal in case of the rulers. If a ruler looks after his people nicely, he collects punya, which makes his end simple and easy. On the other hand, if he does wrong on his people, he accumulates pap, which increases manifold in future lives. A person doing good karmas gives rise to Shubh Tattva, which energizes him to perform even more good deeds. This Shubh Tattva should not be wasted in papamay activities. Rin in the case of normal humans. Whatever a jeev receives is the result of his karmas done in the past. With the result, he creates certain debts due to which he has to form certain relationships and has to act accordingly. This is known as Rinanubandh. Rinanubandh can be due to a thing, energy, emotion, or bhav, and money. A person has to pay this back in any form. It is very important that while paying back these debts, one does not react in any way. In such a case, a person does not create any more prarabdha. Regarding emotional Rinanubandh, an example can be given. All the relationships like father, mother, wife, child, brother, sister, friends, or even guru are based on emotions. One gets connected to another due to these emotions of the past lives and can fulfill these relationships by just doing one's duties without any expectations. In the end, as Guruji has said, this concept of karma is so complex that we can just take shelter at the feet of our Guru to redeem us from all our karmic debts. And this can be done only by offering our karmas to our Guru.
He Guru Deva Bhakta Priya Mone Monarahu Sansaya Sabu Karmara Antarale Tuma Krupara Leela Chale.
Meaning, Hey Gurudev, I know behind all my karmas, your divine Leela is there. Concept of Seva in Karma. Seva means selfless service towards others without expecting any returns, also known as Paropkar. Thus, there is an element of voluntarism or a will to perform certain karma and also to reduce the sufferings of someone in some way. Seva is seen as the highest form of dharma which facilitates the soul to obtain emancipation from the cycles of birth and death. The cardinal principle behind Seva is that Ishwar resides in everyone, so serving everyone is equal to serving God. In fact, seva helps one to connect with others and empathize with the same. Since seva is done without expecting any returns, it expands our horizon of perceiving things and thus, in turn, expands our consciousness as well. When one's focus is to help another in any way, the benefits are both-sided. The giver receives a sense of purpose in life, and the receiver gets what he needs. Positivity spreads all over. Seva can be done by tan, man, dhan. Best type of seva is sharing knowledge, which not only empowers a man, gives him happiness, but also gives him the ability to discriminate right and wrong in life. Bhagavad Gita says there is no limit to seva. It is a continuous process as long as a person is capable of doing it physically, mentally, or materially. According to Rig Veda, he alone lives life for others. Thus, true seva not only means to elevate others from their sufferings, but in the process to identify oneself and one's own behavior to evolve oneself. We can just conclude leaving our ego and offering ourselves to our Guru.
करता करे ना कर सके, गुरु करे सो होए। तीन लोक नौ खंडों में गुरु से बड़ा न कोई, हे गुरुवर गुरु से बड़ा न कोई, गुरु से बड़ा न कोई, हे गुरुवर गुरु से बड़ा न कोई।